we have curator Amber Robertson of Plantation Plate. So go ahead and introduce yourself, Amber.
Hello, I'm your curator, Amber Robertson of Plantation Plate, serving history in the Andrew Milton Robertson Travel Museum.
So tell us a little bit about your background.
Oh, my background. I grew up in Charleston, South Carolina, three sisters and a brother, and pretty much I had a normal childhood. Grew up in a very, loving family, and Uh, throughout my school years, participated in various activities, cheerleading, creative writing, drama club. So I always had a flair for the creative aspect of life.
Yes.
And yes, so as I grew, I attended Columbia College, an all girls college
Hmm.
in South Carolina, where I studied liberal arts, communications, and business. Um, and there, I really learned how to be in a leadership role, sharpen my skills as a public speaker, did a lot of community service because our college required us to do community service as a part of our grade. So that was very much a part of the culture on the campus, doing community service. And
Uh,
yep. So as I went forward through the years, I opened a few different businesses, Claudia's Closet, Consignment Boutique with my older sister, yourself, and relocated to Atlanta, Georgia in 2009, where I opened a house cleaning service, Home to Palace Housekeeping. And
mhm.
now I'm here with Plantation Plate, and I just want to honor the legacy and the rich history of Charleston and other southern cities with the contributions of African Americans. So
Mhm.
many names we do not know, and so many names that we do know. So I just want it to be a beacon of hope and to us to really see the past as a golden age and not this period of depression,
Yeah.
because that's where the formation of our ancestors took place during that sharpening period, those rough times.
Mhm.
Sacrifices were made, lives were lost, and this uh, this entire project for me is just, it's more than a business. This is a community service. This
Mhm.
is an outlet for people to reach out for resources.
Right.
This is um, a friendly reminder of for Black America, where we come from.
Mhm.
We can be proud of the contributions that were made and the people that went before us who built this country, and how we must keep carrying the torch so that the younger generations that are coming have something to hold on to keep you know life at its peak. And that's what this is about.
Mhm. Mhm. I love what you're doing, and not just Black people, but us as a nation. We need that now. We need the education. We need to dig into the past in order to correct issues that we have now and to take a different path in the future. You know, a lot of
Yes.
people like to say to sweep things under the rug, but you can't truly get to the root of the issue if you continue to do that. And
Yes.
now, when they're to get rid of history, or I should say, hide history, it's not going to serve anyone any purpose, because that's when you repeat history when you don't know it and you don't accept it. Hi,
Hmm.
coming in electrical. How are you today? We have our guest Amber Robertson of Plantation Plate here today, serving up history. And can you tell the inspiration behind Plantation Plate?
Oh, the inspiration for Plantation Plate.
Hmm.
Um, I'm from Charleston, South Carolina, one of the cities where um, it's just such a such a heartwarming subject for me, because it's where America began as we know it, and the import of enslaved people coming in through the ports of Charleston, Virginia, Florida. It's just highlighting history in a way that we can be proud of, to reach back and to rediscover and uncover these hidden treasures and these relics from the Civil War period that I have accumulated over some time. Um, the inspiration is just bringing to light the contributions of African Americans, Black Americans, and everything that they have done to make life progress
Gotcha. Gotcha.
for colored for colored brown skin and
Hmm.
black skin people.
Yeah.
And it's time to see our true beauty.
Right.
It's time to take off our veil. It's time to show uh, that we are not afraid, and to finally walk fearless, and for this to ultimately become a movement.
Hmm. Okay. Yes, I totally understand and appreciate that gesture and statement because it's so true. So, what is the purpose of plantation? What is the goal of plantation plate?
Yes, to become a movement, um, it would be something I would hope in the future for everyone to say, okay, family, for every black family in America to say, okay, y'all, let's get together. Plantation plate night at the house. I want
Hmm.
this to be a household name, a celebration that can be utilized for generations to come. Let's get together for Plantation Plate, a night that we can get together, celebrate life, eat together, rejoice together, love on one another. Let's retrace our family history. Let's look at old photos.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Hello, Demetrio. How are you? We are doing well, and thank you for asking. Um, let's see. How, okay, when I first heard the name Plantation Plate, I said, What's that about? Why should you choose that name?" So, um, and then when you explained it to me, it made perfect sense. It made perfect,
Hmm.
and especially when you added in your slogan, "I'm
Hmm.
serving up history." And that
Serving
really
history. Yes.
solidified what plantation. So let me ask
Yes.
you this. What is the reaction that you see from other Black people or African Americans when they hear the name Plantation State, or when they see the Confederate flags that you have on display, or the Confederate soldiers that you have on display? What is the different feelings and reactions that you get from Black people?
Yes. From Black people, I have received the highest form of love for this project that it could have possibly received. It's
Hmm.
been received well. It launched a little less than a month ago, a few days shy of 1 month ago. And I've managed to book 6 venues by invitation, no purchasing of vendor tables. This has
Awesome.
been invited by the Mayor's Ball in College Park, um, several assisted living facilities where seniors are already celebratory of this topic in
Hmm.
history,
Hmm.
and the purest forms of keeping a subtle, rich way of life.
Hmm.
And as far as the Confederate flag, I go in and teach that we don't have to fear anything. And I teach my audience that the Confederate flag as we know it isn't actually the Confederate flag.
Right.
It is the battle flag that was present during the Civil War, which represented the South and keeping its way of life. And it was just their monument and beacon of hope for their future. This was not a flag designed for hate purposes, although we do know it as a hate symbol here in America today,
Right.
because over time the flag had been planted and presented and erected at lynchings
Yes.
and other um, violence
Mm-hmm.
toward blacks
Mm-hmm.
demonstrations.
Correct.
So
Correct.
I wanted to remove the fear covering that Black Americans have and hate they have for this flag, and to remind them this was a this was people that just believed in a way of life, and this was their beacon of hope in whatever form or fashion that may have been.
I understand.
And
But
yes,
it's
so when my audience, yes, so when my audience sees the flags, there's an initial anxiety,
yeah.
but then there's a deep breath when I go in and I play the old folk fiddle music and bring back the past, and we begin unpacking these hidden treasures and just begin the education process. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it takes going back and relearning something in order to set the record straight
Mm-hmm.
and to get on the right path
That's true.
toward progress.
That's true. And I think for African Americans or ADOS, African descendants of slavery, it's important for us to not be afraid of history in the past and some of these relics and Confederate money and the flag and all that stuff, because that's how we get our power and our control back when we understand and we know the true history of things and not just
Exactly.
what we think it is, okay? But at the same time, we still have to be aware of the culture that we live in. And unfortunately,
Yes.
even the American flag has taken on some different connotations other than it just being a representation of the United States, because some people
Yeah.
have it in the Confederate flag for the American flag, to be honest.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
it's just a matter of being aware of your situation and who you're actually involved with, and actually learning the history yourself as well, just like you said. So,
Yes.
what are some of your next events coming up? Where are you going to be, locations, and how can people, come support?
Absolutely. So coming up on the calendar, I'm opening up another category with business networking socials, and that will be held at various restaurants throughout Georgia, Atlanta, nearby surrounding states.
Okay.
It's growing as we speak, and that's going to be somewhat of a happy hour. Come out, enjoy appetizers. The museum is a travel museum, the Andrew Milton Robertson Travel Museum. So, Plantation Plate is the educational series of topics that I hold regarding the Old South, answering questions, having an interactive learning experience.
Hmm.
And it is along with the Andrew Milton Robertson Travel Museum, which is the collection of relics and antiques so that we can look at these hidden treasures of the past. So it has a dual significance with both of those in one.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
I have assisted living communities coming up that I'll be presenting to elderly crowds,
Hmm.
and the business socials I'm looking forward to in the next few weeks.
Okay.
And
How
then
can people?
following Plantation Plate.
Okay. Sorry, I had a call coming in just now, but how can people contact you or book you? Tell us your YouTube page if you have one, your Facebook, your Instagram, a website.
Okay. Uh, right now, I'm on Facebook and Instagram at Plate, Plantation, PLATE, like a plate, serving history. So you can reach me on Facebook and coming calendar.
Hmm. Hmm. Beautiful. And I'm actually going to link all of those contacts in the video in the description section as well. So how can people donate? I lost Amber, but I am going to post all of her information and how you all can donate to her cause and to her business, Plantation Plate, Serving Up History, if you are interested. I want to thank her for her time and thank you for your time, and you all be blessed.